live, maybe. What a night! What a night! Let me wait a minute. A couple you to show, but big bust, big. I think I think Google might have it out for me. Google Maps might be trying to get rid of me. Happy Hunter, what's up, fam? Yeah, and it was I'll tell more of the story when a few more of you show up, but it was like one after another too. Ape Monkey, what's up, fam? So yeah, big bust tonight, guys. Man, I was trying to get out there. Pamela, I was trying to get out. I was really excited. I was pretty excited about tonight. I had a spot where I thought I was going to be able to get like two. There was probably about a half hour from each other, but it was like over an hour from here. But Bigfoot, like heavy. Like I was reading up on it. They have like festivals out there and all these things, and the whole area is really haunted. Trish, what's up, Trish? Family's good. Well, when I got home, I ran in and checked on them, and everybody was sleeping. They were all cute on the couch. But yeah, Google might be trying to get rid of me. It was nutty. I can't. I mean, I've had bus nights before where things, don't go right, but this was consistent. Sherry, what's up, fam? So the first spot I had in mind, it was this. It's an abandoned train tunnel, and I guess one end of it has caved in, and I was super excited because the pictures looked cool. And I might have had to do something, maybe get around a fence somewhere along the way, but excited, looked nice. Stacy, what's up, fam? So drive all the way there. Google takes me right there, or at least I think it is, and then tells me to do this U-turn. Well, I got this river on one side of me and this mountain with a big ditch on the other side. So I'm trying to finagle old blue around, and that took a minute. And this, I don't know. I guess I'm there. So I get out with a flashlight and I'm looking all over the place. There's signs, and I don't have a good feeling about, like, just it felt off. Michelle, what's up, fam? I wanted to do something better for you guys tonight, but yeah, I'm in the process of telling that whole thing. So I'm looking for this thing, and there's this one path that's shooting up that I passed that I thought maybe, but still didn't feel right. And then I'm walking, just keep walking, nothing, nothing, nothing. There's cars passing slow every once in a great while, like wondering what I'm doing. I'm thinking, Sherry, on the TV instead, you know what? My analytics show, like, I was really surprised about this. 50% of you guys watch on TV, which I've never really watched YouTube on TV. It's always been on my phone. So I didn't realize that many people watched on. Hey, Karen. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys' support. So I go back to the spot that I thought was shady anyway, and I start going in, and there's something blocking it off. But there's a lot of briars. It's not a good path at all, and it's taking me back to somewhere it didn't look good. And I walked back a ways. I got all this on film, but I probably won't put it out because, like I said, it was just one bad bust after another. And then I just got in my gut like this. I gotta go. So I left, and then come to find out, I talked to people later. It was in the wrong spot. So Google took me to somewhere where somebody could have just ended up smoking me, man. It was taking me back and I had no service to even get out of there then to like push in my next location. Sherry, always watching my TV except for when I leave comments. Then I'm on my phone. You got them both going. TV probably is cool, way bigger. Probably get better sound too. Mm-hmm. I know sometimes in editing you can hear some of the things. A lot of the stuff don't get picked up, but some of it does. But anyway, so next location. Now I'm driving through all these back hills, trying to find a spot where I can get Google Maps to work again. uh, Karen, that's funny. Love you guys. Mike, what's up, fam? So yeah, so I finally get some reception. Google Maps again. Boom. Put in the next location. I'm excited about this location too because I'm thinking it was going to be this was going to be a better one, especially for the Bigfoot hunt for us to keep our eyes open for him. And it was going to have a really cool night nature. It was going to be scary. Like I was nervous about going, but excited. And then it takes us back to this really cool spot. And I really wish you would go to coffee tea. I gotta type that in again. I got so much stuff always going on in my head. It's actually it's ridiculous and sometimes almost overwhelming. Michelle, where are you venturing tonight? I'm back in my driveway. It was terrible, man. So I get to the next spot where it's supposed to be taking me. I'm excited. Now it's taking me back. I'm down in the deep again. Even more nittier and more grittier than the first place. And now I'm on this one lane road and there's this like some bad houses every now and then, every once in a great while, hardly ever. And it ends at this house, like this person's property, but there's another path that shoots off to the side. And I'm thinking, like, there ain't no way that's it. That can't be it. But I get out and I got the flashlight and I'm walking down this path now a ways. And I'm like, nah, this is not it. This couldn't be it. And so again, no service where I'm at. So now I got to drive, find service again. And so then I just type in where I'm at, state park. And because Bigfoot, Bigfoot's that whole area, like festivals, this, that. So, and that's what I wanted to do with you guys tonight, or was wanting to do, was get a couple cool videos in of a couple really cool locations and do a live Bigfoot hunt if I could find a spot with bars. And, or like just sit there, get a fire going and keep our eyes out for them. But so now it takes me to the state park, but it's this little village. And I was sort of surprised it took me here and happy because it's a really cool village. I didn't get any of this on film, but there's like a couple workers here. They was doing some Halloween thing that was just ending. So I started talking to one of the ladies there and I was telling her where Google has taken me for these two locations because it's all sort of this whole half hour is sort of like the same. The state park's huge, so this whole area everybody knows. And she's like, "Oh yeah, that was both those were way off." And the one guy's like, "Man, Google's gonna get you killed or something like that." I'm like, "I know, I felt like it, man. It was taking me in some like people's. I don't know. It was way wrong though, back to back." So then I was asking her, and coffee tree in Arabia and Lawrence County, Ohio. Let me write that. I got my paper here. If I don't take notes, I am bad at it. I've got a bad memory. But I will write that down. Let's see. Arabian. Sweet. Yeah, I'll check that out for sure. Thank you, Sherry. Michelle, you never know what you'll run into. No. And so Google had me way off both times in bad places. Bad. Like, so now I'm at this little village. It's an old, what would you call it? Pioneer village. It's got an old mill, all these things, and sometimes they'll do reenactments and stuff out there. The whole area is supposed to be like considered highly haunted and highly Bigfoot. So I thought it was going to be a real cool spot. So I was talking to her and I was asking her if there's another way into Gretchen's Lock, maybe from there, just a way I could hike a good long ways or something. And she's telling me that I'd get in trouble, that whole area, the whole park, everything, like pretty much I couldn't do anything, that I'd have to call the state, get a permit. I don't know this whole. So the night was really thrown off. So the whole drive home, I'm thinking, where could I go for you guys? And it was just off. So I came here and thought I at least wanted to jump in because usually I don't get to chat with you guys because I'm walking around or looking around. Danielle, that's where you'll find your boy Bigfoot at. Coffee, tea. That's getting me excited. I don't know how far away that is. This night shot. Maybe I'll see what everybody's doing tomorrow. So I got to film something for you guys this weekend. It was supposed to be tonight, and I had some really cool stuff planned. I did. And then Google Maps, man. So all that running, like hours, and it was just one bad place to another. No reception. So that one guy. So I started thinking, like, maybe Google's got it out for me. It was not cooperating. Then I go to get on live with you guys. And Irene, hi Irene. And I set it up. And I'm sitting here talking for like 5 minutes. And nobody, it's not showing that anybody's come on. Well, here it was set on private, or it was on a weird setting to where it wasn't putting it out. So I was just sitting here talking to you guys, but not talking to you guys. So then I checked it, like, man, that whole 5 minutes, it's been a crazy night. Maybe it's my phone's got it out for me. Is it you, phone? Michelle, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. It was very weird, to say the least. I don't know how that could happen so many times and take you so where it was taking me. It almost, have you ever heard of Randonautica? I've never tried that, but I was curious about it. You're going to do a video for Halloween. I wanted to do some spooky. Just some things fell through. Tonight was going to be a scary one, but I don't know about just set up for Halloween or not. Do you guys have anything in mind? What would you guys have in mind Halloween wise? Like, what are you thinking when you say Halloween? I do like to try to keep it spooky, and this is the spooky season. But for me, going in the woods alone in a crazy place is scary. That's pretty much all it takes for me. Like, and hopefully nothing too crazy happens. But it's nice when it occasionally does. But yeah, so tonight was supposed to be scary, some scary videos. I mean, I was nervous and excited, but always when I'm by myself, it's a billion times scarier for me. Like, even having one person there still scary, but it's way less scarier having another person. Interesting you said farmhouses. I actually had one in mind on the way back. I do like abandoned. Trish, please don't go alone. Too dangerous. And it is way more dangerous. And that's one reason that it makes me more nervous. I mean, I'm usually prepared as good as I can be, but you just never know. So when you're alone, and then your mind. So then, because I'll go to places that have haunting stories or like a deep, rich history or something really creepy, crazy about it. And so I'll get that playing and when you're out in the woods or out by yourself and you got all these stories going through, no, Brandon, I think Brandon might have his boy this weekend. Yeah, he gets his boy too. So maybe it's tougher to connect with him, but he will be coming back out. Michelle, he's packing heat. He'll be fine. Try to be, but still scary. Even with that, it's scary. Like I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't recommend anybody doing anything like that alone, though. I really don't, because it could. It's way more dangerous. Should always have a buddy with you. But for sake of videos and entertaining you guys. And me, I'm sort of a professional at being an idiot. It just makes the spook factor so much more, I think, when you're by yourself. Haunted. I know a lot of you guys like the haunted stuff. I do too. I just don't want to be calling no more. I do want to do haunted things and just see, just walk through it like the woods and see, explore the abandoned haunted place. And if something happens to happen, sweet. Michelle, yeah. Alone's definitely scary. And like I said, I'll get in my own head then too. Because I'll really, when I'm reading, I'm trying to, and in a spot, I really try to put myself there with the story and everything. I really try to soak up the stories, and so then I got my mind there, which that adds another 1,000 to the spook meter in my brain. That every noise you hear, and then you hear something really crazy, and your heart's just about blows out your chest. But I like it. I hope you guys do too. Until Michelle likes that spooky. You'll be pushing to do some more. Go out there and get them, find them. And then the stuff you guys find creeps me out even more because I don't see those things. And you'll send me this face looking at me. And the one looked like a monkey face, one looked like a demon face, and just crazy. So then now I got that picture. Now I know these things are there looking at me and I can't see them. Another 1,000 on the spook meter. So when I'm alone, my spook meter's like through the roof. If you guys got some good abandoned locations, send them to me. My email I got out there for you guys. Exploring with Bear at Yahoo. And if there's a really cool one close enough, I'll try to hit it here real soon. Maybe tomorrow or next weekend. A lot of the abandons around here, there is I have thought about doing that. I even thought about going live in there. I don't know if anybody watching would like say that. I don't know if that would get me in trouble easier. If anybody be able to really sniff out where I'm at, I don't know. But it'd be a really cool spot, and I get good reception. It's an abandoned church. Happy Hunter, did you ever run into those people again from the last live at Helltown? No, we didn't. No, that those guys, I felt off after that whole thing too. Like when they left, I had to regroup. Like threw me a bit. Trish, we did Randonautica one time. Got attacked by bats. That was it. No more. Randonautica sounds cool. I mean, especially people find some crazy things doing that. None associated. What's up, none associated? Sherry, you should go to Eleanor's Forest for Halloween. Oh, what would I have done with that pin? Eleanor's Forest. Is that like a haunted forest? Is it like a haunted attraction, or do you just go in on? You just go. Eleanor's Forest. Yeah, any local haunted forest with creepy tales. You don't even have to be local, but surrounding Ohio, I can get to those places a little quicker. Okay, Michelle. Oh, it's random for sure. Dragon. Hugs, hugs. All from Kansas. What's up, Dragon? Yeah, Omar. Yeah, I know a lot of them guys did the Randonauticas. I've seen the videos. They're cool videos. How are your eyes these days, Bear? Crazy. Like I'm not used to them yet. So this one sees good far away, and I've never been able to see good far away. Well, this one's still close range. So they're always fighting. This one's always fighting with this eye now. But yet I see better at night driving than I ever have. But now with this, now I need these to see like anything close up. Everything close up's blurry, even when I'm editing. Like even the picture. Like if I didn't have these on, my face would probably be everything be blurry a little. Notice, you just go. It's a forest, very haunted. Oh, nice. Ooh. Okay. So is there hmm? Is there like trails? Is there a parking area? Is it set up like that, or is it you just park on the side of the road and go? Sort of like the Pocomoke Forest is supposed to be highly haunted and crazy. Missy, so you are in your driveway? Yeah. Oh, then I was going to get a fire going here for you guys and at least sit out there. And it started like misting and the wind picked up. Like, no, we'll just sit in the truck then. I was just picturing sparks, everything blowing everywhere and catching some on fire that's not supposed to be. In Oregon, we have it all. You need to see our forest, spooky. Oh, Oregon is beautiful. I've been up around that area, Southern California, around Wairika. Oh my gosh, CJ Faison went to the Eleanor's Fate Forest. CJ got pushed, lifted up off the ground, pushed. Holy smokes. Now I have to go. That's insane. Celise, hello, Bear. Wishing you the best and stay safe out there. Thank you, fam. You had the eye surgery, the cataracts. They put like a new lens in. Did you get both eyes or just one eye done? I should have had both done at the same time or close together. Sherry, I'm not sure. Go watch their video and you will see what I'm talking. I have to look that up now. Yeah. Non what is this white dot blocking non-associated? Its last comment. There we go. I have cataracts on my eyes. Mine was, I didn't even know what mine was. Like you couldn't see it, but it was screwing my eyes up bad. Like light, and it was progressing really fast. Like it went downhill. One day I was reading, I was able to read the Bible, and like a short time later, it was like I was fighting, trying to read the same paragraph over and over and over because it was just blurry, couldn't read. Got frustrated, waited months before I mentioned it to anybody. Oh, wait a minute. Trish, I'm starting radiation treatments on Wednesday and worried about my eyes, but they're giving me some special glasses to protect them, they say. Wait a minute. Radiation on your eyes? I don't understand. For, sorry, you gotta go through that. Prayers to you, but I don't under the eyes. Are they doing it up here? And is it supposed to mess with your dragon? I have cataracts. So if you have cataracts and you haven't had the surgery, man, I recommend it for sure. Because I've never seen so good as far as night driving goes. and even distance. Like I can see the sign, I can read stuff quicker now. Before I wouldn't ever, everything would go by so fast when it came to signs you had to read that it'd be too late before I could read it. But now I got a little room. I can actually read signs that are coming my way. So it's worth like, and it's not that bad. Like I had a problem going in there because it just seems so unnatural to have, you know, stuff jammed in your eye. But and you're awake the whole time too. That was crazy. Oh, skin. Okay. And they have to shoot. Do they have, is it up by your eyes or something then? Oh, probably had a lot of people from the sun, huh? Oh, yours was laser surgery, Michelle. Yeah, I don't think, well, maybe. I don't know how they cut it. I don't know how, and then they put a lens in there. There might have been two cuts, one on the top and one on the bottom. None associated was born with cataracts, but never have had the surgery. Oh man, so your eyes have been jacked forever. Yeah, the surgery would help for sure, probably. I mean, I imagine. I guess nothing's for sure, but I'd say if you haven't got the surgery because you're nervous about it, because I don't like that kind of stuff either. I would say it's well worth. It's not near as bad as it's worth it. The radiation is close to my eye. Oh man, Trish, yeah. Prayer book. You'll be going in the prayer book. Graves' disease, and they radiated his eyes. I don't even know. I don't understand that. There's a lot of things I don't know. I've never heard of Graves' disease. I don't know what that is or how they radiated his eyes. That sounds terrible. Yeah. Yeah, you cut on the side and the slide in says you don't feel anything. Yeah, you're numbed up pretty good. There's like a pre-surgery. I felt a little something for a second, a little pressure. And then I started seeing some, it was weird. It was like this light, sort of can't remember it. It was some weird stuff that I was seeing for a second. Good night, Irene. Thanks. I was almost thinking cut maybe before long. A little bit. I'm 44 and they noticed them when I was in fourth grade. Nervous about the surgery. I don't blame you because it sounds scary. It does, but I'd, I'd say go for it, man, because your eyes are going to be better. Don't they have to paralyze the? No, they don't paralyze. I know because I was thinking the same thing. Like, what if I move or something? But it doesn't happen. I can't even tell you how it happens. They numb you. You're sitting in this room, and then they wheel you into this other room, and man, everything happens so fast. And they like slap this sticky thing, this sticky sheet over my face, and then I couldn't see nothing. And then the woman's like, "The doctor's here," and then the anesthesiast is like, "So I'm your anesthesiologist is here, and I'm ready." And then they just got to work, and like I never felt. Oh, this is what was scary to me during the whole process. Okay, I just remembered this part. This freaked me out for a minute. So sticky thing on the face, can't see. Doctor's here, but I can tell he's like doing something. He's getting something. He's ruffling around up in there. Anesthesiologist. The girl's like, I'm here getting you started. I'm like, all right. So I'm waiting, and I'm not feeling no different at all, not even the slightest little bit. And I'm thinking, whatever she's going to do to me is going to do something because they're about to, you know, so I'm going to feel something's going to happen. So, but nothing was happening. And then Michelle forgot what I was going to say. Huh? so, and then the doc's like, all right, I'm going to get started. And I'm thinking, like, I didn't say nothing, but I'm thinking, like, whoa, this girl needs to catch up, doc, because she ain't done her part yet. But I'm laying there. I'm like, okay, they're pros. And then I could feel a little pressure. And I'm like, he's like, oh, you feel that? I'm like, a little bit. And then that was it. And then I started seeing like some crazy light going on. It was just weird. And then I was watching that for a minute. And I think I even mentioned that to the doc about seeing some wild stuff. And he's like, yeah, that can happen. And then he was done. And like I never felt the animal, but when I left, I could tell. And I even got on live, and I could tell in the rest of the day for like a couple hours. Like, but I had no idea at the time. Never felt it. Tina, hey Tina. Yeah, everybody's prayers up, Trish, for your upcoming radiation treatment for that. Hope it goes. Hope it gets gone real quick. I don't know how all that works though. But yes, if you're nervous about cataract surgery, if I can do, I'm a big sissy when it comes to stuff like that. Like I had to work myself up to let somebody, but it wasn't bad. Like now this eye, now I'm getting ticked off at the fight they're always having. They're always just battling it out. And I might have to go get this one done even sooner than I was going to wait till it went to crap too, because they said cataracts is over here, but I can't. It wasn't doing what this eye was doing. So I was going to hold off until it started to go to crap, but they're always fighting, and I'm getting sick of that. Tina, Michelle, yeah, prayers, the T, the Trish. Yeah, hopefully. Let's hope maybe only 20 treatments. Hopefully no chemo. 20 treatments sounds like a lot to me, but again, I don't, like I said, I don't know how all that works. I know my mom, dad, a lot of people in my family went through stuff. Dad never really talked about nothing though. Never let on to what was going on. Yeah, I hope it does encourage you. Because once you're done, this is what you'll be thinking. You'll be like, dag nabbit, man, I should have done that like a long time ago. Can't handle anything near my eyes. Yeah, it's a weird one. I know. And then you think about and I think my wife was even trying to tell me the one day, she's like, here, I'll tell you how it's going to go. So I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't need to know. Don't be putting that picture in my brain. I don't need to be thinking about that all the way up to. So yeah, don't picturing it is bad. So just try not to picture it, what you're going to picture it. But once you go in, bada boom, bada bing, it's done. You can see better than probably yet. Well, if you was born with cataracts, you're going to see better than you have your whole life. Well worth it, I think. Like I said, this one will get done next. I just got to, I'm telling you to work up the courage. I'll have to work up the courage to do it all over again, but I already know. I went through it once and worth it. Yeah, but to all 35 of you out there right now, if you think of any good locations, I do want some good locations. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like 2 sets of drops. Yeah, I think I had one bottle wasn't as long as the other bottle, but yeah. And the one bottle would turn your eyes like yellow and burn. Still worth it. Still worth it. But yeah, it would burn a little bit. I remember telling him that because you go back in for like visits pretty quick after that. Like couple, it don't take a few days. You go in a few days, something like that. I'm like, I don't know, should it be burning like this when I put the drops in? Like, yeah, because it takes a while to, you got that incision up there, so you do feel the drops. It creeped me out the first time. Nobody told me it was going to turn my eyes yellow. Nobody told me that. My, I thought something bad happened to my eye. The one that burns fights infection. Yeah, you can tell it's in there fighting something. Trina, hello. What's up, fam? I used to like that about, okay, I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but when I was a kid, I was taught I'd always get poison ivy. Like all the time, all summer long, I would have poison ivy. And it itched, it drive me nuts. And then somebody told me about bleach. You know how poison ivy feels so good to itch? Like that's the best part. That does feel good when you scratch your poison ivy rash. So I found this method that if you took like a rag, poured bleach on it, so I'd sit there, I'd get the good feeling of being able to scratch that poison ivy, and I'd bust it all open, get the good feeling itch, and then I just drowned it in bleach. And it'd be burning, but I'd know like, man, that poison ivy's done. Done. And it would be. And then like I got older, I did that all as a kid. Every time I'd get poison ivy, then that's how I handled it. And then somebody told me once that was probably bad for me. I don't know. Has anybody else heard of taking care of poison ivy that way? Because I was really taught that as a kid, and it was effective. It does work. As long as you get that other oil off of you. But wherever that rash is at, it's done. After that, so you get your good itch on, and it's done. Happy Hunter. Good night. I'll bleach on mosquito bites too. Okay, so yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, it's a thing. I thought it was. Michelle, you did it with your daughter. Rhonda, appreciate you. I'm glad you love them. I love making them. But yeah, good. I'm glad we had that chat because that pops in my head every now and then. I don't really get poison ivy like I used to. I'm still out in it. It just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't seem to affect me like it used to. Maybe all that bleach, you know, reversed it. But yeah, tell me, don't you love that feeling of scratching it? Oh, that's such a good feeling. The poison ivy itch. And then immediately after that, you just take care of it. And right then, like it ain't coming back from that. It's a good burn, like the Coke burn when you drink a good cold Coke or something, you get that burn. That's my favorite. I don't really like pop, but if I was going to drink a pop, it'd be something like that. And even just for the first sip, if anything, that first good burn I've always liked. Good root beer, something that's got that pop to it. Rod, and need more Bigfoot videos. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. That's Bigfoot was supposed to be tonight. If you're just getting in, it was an epic fail. Like pretty much all night long. I think Google had it out for me. And look, oh here, let me show you. I got the camera light up here. Didn't have to use it, but like I was ready to. I was even ready to do some truck camping. Have my water, nice. Had everything ready. I was pumped, man. And it was gonna be Bigfoot, my boy, and the walk was gonna be cool from the pictures I seen. Dag nabbit. From the pictures I seen, I was real excited for it. And oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this yet. So reading up on this area that I was getting. Rhonda, it's my first live. I caught it on your channel. I like to go live with you guys. I'm glad you caught it. We usually got a pretty good group here chatting it up. But so I was reading up on the area before I went, and it might have been Reddit. I was reading some Reddit. Somehow you end up getting lost and you end up somewhere. Well, now I'm reading like people's writings. They're just, I guess, comments or whatever on the area. And it was this husband and wife, and I guess he's from like maybe Columbus, Cincinnati, somewhere else in Ohio, but he's been wanting to go there to fish for a long time at this one creek or river or whatever. And so finding Bigfoot was on the TV, and they're in their living room eating dinner, winding down for the evening. And I guess the husband's just like only half listening to it. And they're at the spot I went tonight, another Matt Moneymaker. So that's two spots. And I didn't know he went here until tonight I read it. And so that had me more excited to go then. But anyway, so they're eating, and the wife starts like hitting him in the arm, like, "Ain't that the spot you've been wanting to fish?" And then, so yeah, so he had to tell the story of that. So the place he's been wanting to go fishing is now like a hot spot for Bigfoot that now he has to watch out for whenever he goes there fishing. So that had me more excited to go. So I will go back, but man, it's going to have to be daytime. It was night, and Google was really jacking me up, to say the least, like in a bad way. I don't know what Google was trying to do there, but it wasn't right. Tina, welcome, Rhonda. Rhonda, when do you usually do your lives? I would love to go on a hunt. Lives are sort of sporadic. There's been some times where I'll try to put out a post if I know I'm going to go live, but then there's been a couple times where that hasn't happened after I told you guys that, and it made me feel really bad. So now I feel really bad because things happen, like promises. I don't make a promise no more either. I've broken a promise before that killed me, and I did not like that. And so after that, I choose my I don't promise unless I know it's 100%. And even then, or I'll give it my 100, whatever. But I no longer even make promises like that. Been attacked by any more possums lately? That little baby possum was cute. I think Brandon stepped in his poo. I couldn't believe he just kept walking down the track though. Like there were so many places he could have slipped away from us so easy, and he just kept on walking down the track. Like he's probably already, someone's probably already ate him. All the coyotes out there. Because that one time, man, and so I was getting curious about coyotes because now I've been running across them more. And so I looked up, and I guess like a big pack is supposed to be like 6 or 8. Like that's considered a really big pack. Well, whatever was out in Helltown that one night was a huge, huge pack then, or like 2 packs. So I know there's a ton of coyotes out there, and that possum just chilling on that little path like that, he's probably already, poor little guy. But yeah, he didn't seem too bright when it came to escaping predators. Or maybe he felt comfortable around us. He's like, "Oh, these guys, they're good. They can just wait on me till I find the spot I want to get off at." Breezy, what's up, Breezy? Be alert because the world needs more alerts. Be alert because the world needs more alerts. Oh, I'm not getting. Absolutely, Rhonda. Michelle said, and I missed it. I don't know what you two are talking about now. Sheila, hi, Sheila. Oh, out there? Goodness gracious. Oh, I want to get back out in the mountain. I love the mountains. They're so scary out in the mountains. I just got a rush just remembering it. They had to have surrounded you at that live you did by yourself. The really long live? Do you mean? Is that like we did a 5 or almost 6 hour live once? Trish, going to bed now. Nice talking with y'all. Have a good night. Good night, Trish. I hope that all goes well. Pray a speedy recovery. Rhonda, they say there are Sasquatch where I live. I never went out looking. I'm not going by myself. Way scarier if you do. But yeah, I don't blame you. Don't go by yourself. You should take somebody. But it would be fun. That was terrifying. Talk about adrenaline. Oh boy. I like that too. When something happens, it just gets your adrenaline through the roof. He is helping me run. And that's sort of dangerous too. Running and it's you probably I don't know, probably shouldn't do. I mean, sometimes though, it just happens, I guess. But looking back, that's dangerous running, especially out because you can't see good. You really can't. Yeah, the Dry Creek bed. That was a really cool area. I love that. Scary, and that's around where there's just a lot around that area. And I know they had a festival in that area where we was at there. Not too far from there, they had a Bigfoot festival just like a week before that or something. Alabama's supposed to have them, but I'm not sure. I'm assuming they're I assume they're everywhere too. I just know Ohio's like a really hot. We have a lot of sightings out here. Like in where I'm at and where I went tonight, which is a little over an hour away, is really hot. Where I'm at is like the Berlin, pretty close to Berlin, and that's really hot. And Finding Bigfoot did a show here and where I was at earlier. So I'm at least in a good spot to find old boy. So I was hoping you were on. No run. Get off their line. Okay. No running. You could trip and fall somewhere deep. I know running. That crossed my mind when he was talking about it because that is dangerous. I almost was walking too fast and alive the other night trying to get out of an area, and there's big holes, and then I had to stop myself and tell myself to slow it down because it can be, especially when you're out in areas like that. They caught one on a police dash cam down here in Georgia. They showed on Finding Bigfoot a few years ago. That is cool. I've been running my camera sometimes now, even more tonight, and I caught some deer and everything. Like I said, all the footage I got tonight, I probably won't even put out, but I did get some cool stuff. And I was thinking that same thing because I was down on just some roads that I'm thinking is out there, country, windy, little tiny roads. Thinking like if there's going to be a Bigfoot crossing, this would be it. So I kept the camera going a good while. No Bigfoot crossing, but did catch some deer. You've heard some things behind your place, Rhonda? Like big crashes and stuff, or knocks, or yells? Do you have a woods around your property, I'm assuming? Michelle, I was just going to say Alabama's a hot spot. I've seen a lot of scary videos that are from there. Man, there's this prison I was going to do in Alabama. What year was that? It was the last time we drove. We drove to Florida, and we was going to Florida, but there were some spots I was going to hit on the way down or the way back, and I ended up getting like really sick, and couldn't do. I couldn't even move, so I couldn't hit that prison on the way back. But that's in Alabama, and it's still on my mind. And I like when you get out in them old, like Georgia and the Alabama, when the dirt's different. It's got that red tint. the trees. You get the especially in Florida, the moss that hangs from them. That's a creepy look. Man, Florida, Carolinas, dang, that just hit my mind. They're messed up right now. The cop had a person doing a ride along with him. Even turned around and went back and couldn't see. A ride along with him. He's like, man, your guys' job is, I want to be a cop. Oh, the Stanley Hotel. Yeah, uh-huh. Unassociated. Yeah, the red clay. Yeah, the red dirt roads. I like them. Tina, Bigfoot attack. Attracted to apple trees. They love apples. I need to start remembering to take those out again. When I first started the Bigfoot, I was putting a lot of stuff out for him for a minute, trying to chum them in. Apples, I think bananas. Apples every time, though. Give the Jersey Devil a try in the South Jersey woods. That sounds interesting. I've heard of them. The Jersey Devil. South Jersey woods. Yeah, that sounds intriguing. That sounds like a good time. Rhonda, yeah, I have to. I would love to go out exploring. But I would be the one to get eaten by Bigfoot. Yeah, Woods. No, actually, what I heard, it sounded like a group of monkeys on the loose. So, are you scared to go outside now? Do you think of that a lot when you're outside at night and it makes you want to get inside quicker? Because sometimes if I'm thinking about a lot of something that's really crazy happened right before I do something, it makes it so much harder to do it. Bobby just caught the live. You missed a lot of it. Oh, we've been on for an hour. I saw a video with a firefighter or something like that riding his ATV, and you could see a Bigfoot clearly. Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff popping up on him now. Then you got the Yoo-Hoo, which sounds like Ric Flair running around the woods. uh, is that B's call? I like the whoops. The whoops are so much easier because I can see Bigfoot's doing the whoops. I think they like the whoops, or maybe they would do the. What I started with, I don't even know if that was correct. I was doing some kind of yell, but it was sort of. It'd make you cough. It'd jack your throat up a bit too. Have you always believed in Bigfoot? Maybe, maybe not believed or disbelieved. Like I said, there's so many because I've known for a long time about all the different stories and how far out it spreads and how far back the stories go. That it's always intrigued me where I didn't count them out for sure. And this world's so big, and with spiritual things that I already know of, let's just. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And could it be a demon? I don't know, but I know there's a lot of weird stuff out there, and for so many people to have seen him, even though he's got different names and but described generally the same throughout so many places for so long, that adds a lot of that adds a lot to a story. Makes it way more intriguing. Like I talked to a girl that when I was out there in Pennsylvania about the Mothman, and no, that's actually West Virginia, but she had her sighting in Pennsylvania, and she swears like before we talked on camera, I was talking to her off camera, and just her remembering the story Like she was getting chills and like it affected her. And so and she had lived a pretty good life so far. So she's been carrying around that for so long that then she went to West Virginia. Sorry, I'm not seeing comments for a second. Then she went to West Virginia to try to find out more about the Mothman. So he's been on her mind this whole time. And so when she was telling the story, like she's seen him, the whole thing, you know, the wings, the red eyes, the size, and it terrified her. And it's been with her whole life. But Mothman, like, for like, I'm using him as an example as far as even though I even found an eyewitness who was clearly shook, and she didn't seem like a crazy woman to me at all. I mean, and she even was like, we had a car full, and she's like, nobody was drunk because apparently she's probably had people maybe not take well to her story or think like, oh, that's a little whatever, you know. But she was clearly shook. It definitely has been with her whole life, I could tell. And she went there to try to find out more answers about the Mothman. So that makes me more interested in cryptids because the more now that I'm getting out and now talking to other people, especially when I talk to somebody who themselves have had, she's seen them. She described them to me. Like I got the chills thinking about it because I remember how she was affected telling me. And so that was powerful to me, you know, like she's, I don't know what she's seen, but it wasn't natural. It'd be supernatural, whatever she's seen. And I believe she's seen something supernatural. Oh boy, I missed a bunch. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to catch up. Ever seen the show Mountain Monsters? Mountain Monsters. I might have. It's if it's an old show, maybe. If it's a newer show, probably not. But I used to watch a lot of those old monster shows and stuff. I liked them. And the one guy, I can't ever remember his name. I really liked his personality though. Might have started with a J or crap. Can't Josh. I think his name was Josh Gates. Maybe. I really liked his shows though. He'd go out looking for different urban legends or whatever. But yeah, his personality and I liked his show. Nephilim. There you go. See, that could be something. Is it just a certain kind of fallen angel that when they manifest, that's sort of how they come across? Others might manifest, come across as like something like Mothman, or they can pretend to be a little girl. This is another thing. So the place I was going tonight had a haunting. Like I said, the whole area haunted with like spirits and different ghosts and Bigfoot, my boy. Well, one of the stories was of a woman who was back in the horse and carriage days, and she'd fallen off and died. I don't know if it was right before her wedding, like maybe she was on her way to get married or something like that. Fell out the carriage, somehow died, and now can be seen in a pretty large area at times, a woman in a white like wedding dress. And then that reminded me of Moonville Tunnel because I've been to a lot of places now, and it seems like here's two common ones that seem people see a lot that I'm starting to notice is women in white dresses, like some kind of white figure, or like little girls, little children, or something. So are they just manifesting in these type of things because they're less, I guess, what would you say, scary? You know, and maybe people would want to try to reach out and communicate. These are just my thoughts, what runs through my mind with all these different weird stuff out there. And all I know for sure is that on the spiritual side of things are 100% real. When the Bible talks about angels and demons and all that, that is 100% real. So I do know that to be 100% real. So that's why my mind plays a lot with all these other things, then, with all these other cryptids and sightings, all these little ghost girl sightings or women in white. You know why? Why there's such a pattern? Is it just something they're good at playing? That's the role they're given. I don't know. Oh wait, I gotta catch up a lot again. Sorry guys, I miss a lot. I get chatting, I get rambling, get on a roll, and miss all kinds of stuff. The chupacabra, I just seen that, Michelle. Chupacabra. I get my spelling's terrible, but I know exactly what you're talking about. That's how I hope most people take my spell. I know it ticks some people off, but I've wrote like that my whole life. Like it's like what you can tell what I'm saying. If it's not spelled right, I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. It ticks some people off. My wife was telling me that there's somebody she knows that I guess it just fires them up every time they see me misspell something. I think it's funny. Women in the white dress is supposed to be the woman of the woods, I think. Interesting. Like a so that's another thing I'm starting to hear more and learn about is the woods and how they're more of like this supernatural place just in itself. Like something to do with the woods. You get around the woods and the water and everything. The fourth kind is the only movie that has ever terrified me to the point of nightmares. Oh boy, a movie give you I don't know if I've had nightmares. I don't know if it's just my own brain or warfare, but I don't think I've ever seen a movie that's given me a nightmare. Nightmare. Skinwalkers. Those creep me out. The way those things are supposed to look. I like throwing the skinwalker. So far, nothing. And if you say skinwalker 3 times, it's supposed to show up, and I don't know if it's supposed to maul you, take care of you. The truth is stranger than fiction, no doubt. Like the real truth, we don't even know. We don't even know the truth. What is the truth? Who knows? I'm starting to think it's not a lot of what we've been told. Ron, I hope you never. I hope I never do either. Although I don't know. Let's say, is it another demon, and that's how it looks. I would have to say this: if these things are demons, I don't think it wouldn't be. I don't think it wouldn't be allowed to kill me. I don't think it would be allowed. I think it'd be allowed to. I don't know. It could probably scare the crap out of me. Might be able to push or hurt me, maybe. But I don't think it could do any more than that. And if I got my mind right quick enough, I could I could go to war with it. But it's funny, I don't even think that when I'm out there and something happens, I need to get my spiritual eyes on a lot more. I do. I'm spiritually weak anymore. Demons can I agree with you, Wendy. That's what they destroy. They want to hurt, throw us off track. They're even yeah, I don't even want to say it all out online. I don't even want to say it, but man, there's just so much with it. And there's collaborations, and I mean, it's just sort of insane. I know we have a crybaby bridge here. Oh, that was another one I thought about on the way home because I was close to pretty much the most infamous crybaby bridge in Ohio. But the whole night was off, and I could have gotten trouble there. And with the night I was already having, I decided not to make the crybaby bridge tonight because so far it's just like boom, 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 wrong, wrong, wrong. So I wouldn't want to go out there and have a wrong. The skinwalker is a medicine man turned bad in life, then died. That's right. Yes. Is that the skinwalker or the Wendigo? That might be the Wendigo. Or was you talking about the Wendigo? Okay, the skinwalker's a medicine man. Because I thought the same thing for the Wendigo as well. Or are those two things pretty much the same thing? They're depicted different though. Like the Wendigo's been seen a lot with like it'll have antlers and sort of a goat's head maybe or something like that. And then if I'm not mistaken, the skinwalker's just this whitish looking, creepy looking sloth furnace. Sloth furnace, you say? I do like places with a lot of history too. It makes it so much cooler. Jeanette, have you ever heard of Dee's Dark Adventure? She has a YouTube channel. Communicates with Bigfoot in Ohio. I have heard of her. I'd like to do some adventures with her. If you watch her, hit her up and let her know. I'll reach out to her sometime. Let her know she should do some adventures with Bertha. I'd like to. Rhonda, oh, you watch her all the time too? I don't get to really watch YouTube much anymore, like I said. It's a shame. I don't get to enjoy it anymore like I used to. It's how I used to go to bed. Now, if it's like I don't get to watch it. But I would probably be watching her too. Pokemon Forest Rhonda, yeah. Skinwalker. Let's go. Yeah, tell her in her comments. I don't know if that's crossing. I don't think that's crossing the line, is it? I don't think that would upset her. I hope not. But I have already thought about that, and I do want to do some adventures with her if she wants. Yes, Skinwalker dangerous. They sound dangerous, but so far, like people, you'll hear them like, don't do it, don't do it, and every so I've done it a lot. I've done it a lot. It scares me when I do it because right after I do it, I'm thinking like, man, if that doesn't book something like that, man, that thing is crazy. If saying Skinwalker the times causes one to come, it should be there soon enough. You would say I say it 3 times. I think that's what maybe you're supposed to say it more. I usually say it 3 times in a row. Shape shifting. But then I also feel like I'm protected as well. It's like I said, it's not like I haven't been around. I've been around some bad things and have learned about them now. And I feel I have protection, even though I don't even deserve it. I really don't deserve it. Going out and even when I'm poking, especially when I first started poking hard and stuff, I really didn't deserve protection. But I always actually feel for me to be here able to talk to you guys right now, I have been protected my whole life and just didn't know it for most of it. I don't know why. I don't have the answer to that one. Like what, what I don't know. You can tell when something is about to happen to D. You will get planes above her head. Then hell breaks loose. Planes are tied in with the. Did you see the? Did you guys see what was in the sky? Man, I wish I was recording so much earlier, but I didn't want to. In my mind, I wasn't going to start our adventure until I got to the end of the abandoned road and like pretty much into the woods. That's when I was going to do it. Is once we was in the woods, then I was going to cut the camera on. but I'd started it before the woods because when we was in the truck charging up, these copters, like low, these black like copters were flying, and there'd be another one, and then another one. And I'm like, B, man, what's up with these copters? And then we're walking, and there was a couple copters. And I'm like, this is crazy. It was like suspicious to me. Like it didn't seem right. Every now and then when the army or the military is doing something, you'll get it would. This was different. It wasn't like one of those normal things that happen. You happen to catch every so often. This already had a different feel to it, to the point I'm telling him, like, man, this is weird. And then that thing come up through the trees, and I didn't have the camera out, and it ducked before I could get it all going. It went behind the trees, but it was big. It reminded me like of something the size of a blimp, but not a blimp. I don't know. It was silent. It the red flash and light is what made me think maybe something of our. But at first, I was like, "Is that a UFO? What is that thing?" It was huge, silent, and all these other weird copters around the area before, and then there's a copter or two after, and then nothing. But that was very strange. I thought. Gone Girl Gone. I see Appalachia. I love Appalachia. I moved to the Appalachian Mountains from the Indianapolis, and I was coming home from picking my son up in town, and we were attacked, and it sounded like several. So we called them the Hounds of Hell. You guys were attacked? What did I miss? Did I miss somebody attacked by what? What do you think it was? Dogs? Like hellhounds attacked you? They were as big as my truck and had scratched it up and had to hear them growl. We saw other things. We moved back home. Holy smokes. Whoa, that's getting me going. Getting my juices going. I saw the thing in the sky. That was freaky. It felt freaky. And with all the other helicopters, made it more freaky. God, girl, but I promise you, some nights we feel like they're at the window and we love by the railroad track. By a railroad track. That is scary. And let me go back. Did you say your kids was with you too? Picking up my son. Oh my goodness. And he witnessed all that too. How's he after all that? No, no. So you're in the car when this happened? And it sounded like a bunch of like hellish type dogs or something. And it was like attacking the car. I'm trying to picture. I'm trying to get a good picture of what you guys were going through. I think they were looking for someone or something. It had that feel, and then after seeing that thing, I'm like, I'm wondering if they're not sort of keeping their eye on it, or I also had that in mind. Whatever that big thing was, Bobby Joe. OMG, I seen it, Bear. It was insane. What the heck was it? Good question. That was a good question. I need to start looking at the sky more with you guys too, and there's one place that me and Doug's talked about that actually has sort of a more alien. Yeah, we got to do that for you guys. That'll be a good one. I still don't know how we're going to be able to do it at night, but I'm going to try to make that happen. But that'll be more of an alien type possible things in the sky. Seems like planes are some relation to these cryptids. Yeah, that is strange. I have to start paying attention to that too now to see if that does do something. Juan, hello from Argentina. You the best. Thank you, Juan. Appreciate you, fam. Shout out Argentina. Rhonda, I heard a chapter that night you were outside of the school too. Oh yeah, the haunted school. Ooh, that place. That just gave me another little chill up my spine. When I have little flashbacks and memories, it'll get me going sometimes. The KY Hellhounds. Kentucky Hellhounds. Oh, is that a thing? Kentucky Hellhounds? That'd be so scary, man. Man, that night would be I was ready. I thought we was about to get ambushed, man. I was ready. I was getting ready to fight off some kind of ambush. I thought that's what he was. And then when I seen it, the eyes, and I'm like, oh man, that sucker. And I knew about the coyotes there. I thought, what big balls though, man. I really didn't think. I don't know. I don't know much about the coyotes. Like, would they really try something like that? I don't know. Dogman. Yeah, you guys have been talking a lot about him. And that picture that Kel's got was crazy. Looked like Dogman. Wendy, my husband and I hike a lot. We were followed by 13 vultures for about 2 miles. Then they stopped. Once they did, something very loud came from the sky and shook the ground. It sounded like a 747. That's scary. And nobody just wants a bunch of vultures following them. Like, that's not a good sign. Dogman, I bought an M82 Barrett 50 because I didn't think my 308 or 30-06 bolt action not be powerful enough, fast enough. If there's more than one. Oh, so you're getting out in there, huh? General Obi, you're getting out in it. You're expecting to come across some stuff when you're out. There's been a couple times where if I didn't have nothing, I was really kicking myself. And there's been other times where I thought, I wish I had something brought a little something different. Gun girl, yes, 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 they did. We got away. I mean, I was so scared. I stopped and they were around the car. You could hear him growl like a dog and scratch. Oh my goodness. Man, your boy had to have been freaking out. How old was your boy when this happened? May have been a waste of money, maybe not. I wouldn't say a waste of money. You never know what the future brings. Ron, I also heard something when you tried the day out in the tent. There was something in the sky that day, too. I could take you to a place where it all happened and we saw several different things. Cryptids, gone girl. I would like to see the place where the hellhounds got you. Oh my goodness, that'd be such crazy experience. Delos, what is up, fam? Yes, they were. Me and my son were up till 6 in the morning. 3:34. There was tapping at my window. I go to check other window like with a nail. Yeah, so that got you guys. That's gonna live. It's sort of like that girl with the Pennsylvania Mothman experience when she was like, she's living with that, man. It's still with her. When she tells the story, she'll get chills. Gun girl, not just my son. I have two daughters with me also. And he was not good after that. Oh man, I hope they're all good now. With Christ, we can go to war with those things. Don't want to. Wouldn't want to, but could. That's something I sort of. So my wife will get mad at me, like a lot of people sort of didn't understand, because I'll talk about the enemy so much and all that stuff, and it's like, why? And it was just impacting me so much at that discipleship that I don't know why all that and why I end up learning all that and experiencing all that and had to go through all that. But it wasn't to not talk about the enemy, you know? I would think it'd be more to point out like this we have this adversary that we got to deal with, man. And they're here and they mess with us. And they're always plotting. They just want to kill, destroy, lie, and we got to deal with them. Yes, sir, Dogman. So she'll get upset that I talk so much about them, but I don't. How do you go through? How does all that happen? And I don't know how. Like, I don't think I'm not supposed to not mention them. And maybe not everybody has to deal with crap like that as much. I don't know. But now looking back, after I learned, I could look back in my life before all that, and I could tell big incidences with certain people and situations where those exact thing that's exactly what was happening. Only see, I didn't know then. Now I know these things. I had no idea then. So I sort of feel like a lot of people don't know. We all go through these battles, go through things every day. I could tear up thinking about it. But we got an enemy. Got an enemy. Tina, I missed something. Tina. I guess there have. Would that be like a werewolf? I wonder if that's like a turning back to human. Nah, they can't do that. They can't be that. They're probably Dogman all the time, huh? Unassociate, exactly. Know thy enemy. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, and I was sort of even taught that in discipleship. Like he even told us, you should read all the different religions, even the so you can be able to talk to everybody as well. And then along with the spiritual things we was learning there, because they have a plan. Man, they're good. They plan. They're organized, strategic. I mean, they coming at us. And when you don't know, I think you can get thumped on easier. I know I did. And I still do get thumped on because, like I said, I'm spiritually way weaker than I used to be. As far as I don't read, I pray all the time, but I don't read, and that made a huge difference for me. I'm a slow texter. Me too, Michelle. Remember the old phones where you'd have to hit the one button like a dozen times to get to your letter? Oh my goodness. When I was first start talking to my wife, there's good texters out there. There was those people that wouldn't even have to look at their phone. They could be just flying around their phone, coming up with all these words somehow. My wife, she could shoot out a whole freaking half of a paragraph in a matter of seconds to me. And I'm sitting over here with this little, like, it take me 10 minutes to say this littlest thing. And usually my seconds, then she'd shoot back this paragraph real quick again. I'd be like, oh, come on. My next text would be like, call me. Like I was terrible at texting. Lichens. Lichens, that's werewolves, yeah. I don't want to run up on one either. Heck no. I don't have no silver bullets. I got hollows, but they're not silver. So the trucker pulled out his revolver, a large caliber revolver, and shot it in the eye. It was a brain shot. He saw it go stiff in his mirror. Boy, I missed something big there. Like I feel like I came in on the middle of the story there. Hold on, let me back up a bit. Ever hear of that trucker who killed a dog man who was running along side of his truck and keeping up? It spoke to him telepathically. It said he was going to get him and there was nothing he could do. Holy smokes, until he pulled out his what? Revolver. And it got stiff, so he thinks he got it then. Interesting. Gone girl. Yes, I think they're ready to go back and face their fears and see what it was. Yeah, that'll be scary. Don't blame you. It's probably you probably think about it all the time, huh? Or a lot. Probably not all the time, but that'd be something that would pop up in your mind often, I imagine. The government threatened him, angry that he killed their asset. Psh, the man will keep your assets where they belong. Your asset comes running along the side of the vehicle talking about, I ain't got a prayer. Well, we'll see. Asset. Know your adversary. Better to know how to fight them. Yeah, and then remember that when the time comes. Oh man, I remember those phones. I never could text with them. They were terrible. I had the text down, call me down probably the best because that was the text I would shoot out the most. Call me. Michelle Yepers. Rhonda can't remember his name. That's a good one. Invest in some silver bullets. Young girl, I think that your wife is scared to death. You're her husband, her better half, and I think she'll be okay in time. She'll realize that you were chosen. Well, there was one time when she believed it, and I believed it. I still do. My path went. Life's so weird, man. Like, how does God take me? Yeah, and why doesn't He do that to every? You know, I don't even know what to say. I'm upset with myself for one. Yeah, because I dropped the ball, and it's funny because I would even sort of do not teachings. I don't know what you would call it, but warnings on the enemy because I'd be talking about the enemy a lot, even in teaching, sort of bring in, how he tries to work in there against us, why God's working with us, and what the enemy's trying to do also. And even with pastors, because everybody's got to be watchful, and you got to be strong, and you got to be rooted, especially and especially if you're going into war, or forget about it, you're going to get a thumping. And so, like, past, everybody's got to be watchful for it. And during that time, during that season, man, I was on so much fire. I would leave the house and there would be strangers I would come across every day. I couldn't wait to leave the house because I knew there was going to be this setup and it would happen. And just crazy things would happen, man. Like God was using me and it was awesome. And met my wife, knew she was supposed to be my wife. Before this, I wasn't even dating for like 2 years because before that, I'll give you guys a little testimony so you can sort of get a little understanding of this part of my past. So, discipleship, I get into discipleship, it's basically a bunch of bad people, which God uses, we know. And the guy that was running it, rough around the edges, but God was using him mightily too. And man, just everything that was shown to me, that everything I experienced and learned there was just insane. And I come home, and so I learned a lot about myself. Like everything that I thought I was, or who I thought I was, I now knew I wasn't. And so I also knew that God had a wife for me, maybe. Like God had somebody for me. Because I didn't want to be the one to choose her, because up to this point in my life, besides choosing Christ, really not many good decisions on my part. Pretty much consistent. And so, so I'm like, all right, not dating, because I know how that goes. You ain't fooling me, enemy. Even if it's a movie, I don't care, man. I know how it works. At least that's how it worked with me, and I wasn't going to fall for it. So I didn't date. I didn't talk to women. Nothing. I was just waiting for God to I'll just wait. And then Arizona, of all places, across the country, is where he says, "There's your wife." It was like the first or second day I seen her. Like I seen a glimpse of her one day, and then it might have been the second time I seen her, and I knew she's going to be my wife. Sounds crazy, I understand. So here, she wasn't from there either. She ended up not having. So the guy that I was staying with, I was going down there in the winters, and I was a snowbird. So every winter I'd head out to Arizona and stay for a few months and do landscaping out there. Landscaping in the desert, way different than landscaping here in Ohio. Everything in the desert wants to hurt you, kill you, poison you, or something. So that was a fun experience too. But so he invites her. It was like Easter. I forget. Was it April? It was something big. It must have been April. Yeah, Easter. Had her come out for a Easter meal because she didn't have no family there, and that I told her, just she didn't even know me, and I just told her, you're gonna be my wife, and God said, and she thought I was crazy, and I didn't know how else to work this. I really didn't, because my pastor at the time told me, his testimony told us all that, wait, don't just rush in to get married, because I know a lot of you guys are all promiscuous and all that, and now you're going to run out and try to find a way. 2 years, I didn't do no dating, no nothing. Not then. I even started thinking like maybe I'm just supposed to be a soldier in the trenches or something, which probably going to be anyway. But uh, so now she thinks I'm crazy. But let me a little bit about his testimony so you can understand why I did that. He tells us that God told him that this one woman was supposed to be his wife. And so he drove to her house and knocked on her door and said, "You're supposed to be my wife." God said. And they chatted, and yeah, well, that was his wife. And it was just it was weird. So I'm like, all right, man, if God can do that, that's what I want, because like I said, I don't usually make the best decisions. So 2 years later, "You're gonna be my wife." God said, "You're crazy," and crazy. And so, but she talked to me a little bit. And so we was talking, and we actually started going on some walks and stuff and talking and everything. I kept telling her, like, you're gonna be my wife. And then so she ends up getting pretty creeped out because I brought it up another time. I wasn't like that all the time, but there's another time I finally brought it up, like some days later or something, like, "You're gonna be my wife, blah blah blah." God said. And what a proposal. She'll bring that up too. Like no romantic proposal, just, "You're my wife, God said." I'm like, how much better? That is such an awesome proposal, I think. They can't get a better proposal than that. Like, if I was a girl, that's the proposal I'd want. As a dude, chick comes up like, "Hey, God told me," and then it worked. Like, come on. That's beautiful, right? No? Crazy? Anyway, so now she's like, this dude, she's freaked out by me, basically. And she's like, "I don't want to talk to you no more." I'm like, okay. So I'm back at the place now. And now I'm sort of chatting with God, and I'm upset with him. Like, I'm almost in tears, man. I'm down on my hands and knees. I'm really on the floor, and I'm mad at him and sad. And I'm like, "What are you doing here? What is this? Like, how are you going to tell you're going to have to tell her too, because it ain't working." This ain't working. You can't just tell me and not tell her, basically, is what I'm telling him. And so the scripture came to me of Peter when he was out on the water, and he's like, "You going to pay attention?" Basically, what I got is, are you going to be paying attention to what you see or what I told you? Are you fixed on me or just what's going on around you? And I'm like, okay. So we talked again. It was like days later, just briefly, and I was like, "Hey, go through whatever you got to. I understand it, but I'm staying on. You're going to be my wife," and that's what God told me. So that's I don't know how it's going to happen, but that's just it. And so how'd it go? It's crazy things started happening, man. It was like supernatural things started happening, and I was loving watching the whole thing. And so she said something like, Okay, we was talking one day, and she's like, "Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll go out on a leap of faith. Let's just say, for because she was in church and everything, and she could tell I really believed what I was saying. So now her gears must be turning. She's like, I'll tell you what. I guess it'd be like confirmation from God. Like you, if you want to know something, you pray, and you can even ask for confirmation. Like, hey, whatever it is, have this happen. If this is, and it can happen, you know." And so she says, if I have a, I can't just move back to Ohio. I have this going. I have this going. I have this going. I have this going. I'm like, I get that. I don't know either. I don't know how any of this is supposed to work. All I know is what you're my wife. That's all I know. And so she gets fired, and she's really good. Like she's a nurse now, and I gotta say, I would love to have her as a nurse because she's so compassionate, cares about her pay. You hear horror stories, you know. Not everybody should be in the nursing game. I think you really have to have the heart for the people to be in there, and she has that. So, but she gets fired. She's working at this family doctor's who's sort of taken her under his wing. And because she's got a, you know, not the greatest pass as far with her family and everything, but, and really, but fires her. And she has no reason why. She thinks it's me. I don't even know where she works. I don't even know her place of employment or where it was at or anything, what it was called. Didn't know. And I knew she did something in the medical field, but had no idea about what part of town, wherever the place was. And so, but she calls me, says, "What did you do?" I said, "I don't even know what you're talking about." She's like, "I was just fired. What did you do?" I was like, "I didn't do nothing. I don't even know where you work." And then we hang up, and shit, like she's mad, thinking I did something. And then it hits me, and I'm on the inside smiling a little bit. I'm like, "Oh, wow, that is crazy." Well, another thing she says is, "I have a lease. How can I get out of this lease?" I'm getting the chills right now. She's like, "How can I get out of this lease?" So she calls the place. They have no record of her. No record. And she's like, "Okay, let's go to Ohio." And yeah, some just some weird stuff. Oh, she even accused me for there's some other little weird things that happened too. And at one point in time, and I love this part. Well, actually it sounds terrible, but I loved it just because how God was doing it. She accused me of actually being a witch and into witchcraft, which no, not at all. No way. And but so things the way things were happening to her, and she's so weirded out about that. That's what she thought for a minute. Like this dude must be doing some kind of, and all I did was just, "You're going to be my wife," God said, because that's what I was told. And she's in there sleeping right now, and usually pretty upset with me, but she's my boo. I wouldn't be an easy one to be married to. Right, that's beautiful. I about teared up. It's been a while since I told that story. But yeah, it was pretty amazing and really cool to watch. And like I said, even though like I was getting negative responses from her during those times, I knew everything was on. I knew he was working, and it just made like I'd have a big old grin on the inside because I knew Pops was just doing whatever needed done. I had no idea how it was going to happen. Like I was just, I'm like, man, he ain't even telling her, you know, like, but just boom, boom. I got the chills again. Like just watching him work had me just grinning. She's freaking out, like her, basically in her mind, like things are just going crazy and falling apart. And in my mind, I'm just watching God lay out a new path. It was pretty awesome. And I wish there's testimonies out there like that. I mean, we serve a big God. We put him, we don't realize. And with the spiritual world, that's why I say I don't want you guys calling out to them because people don't realize all this. It's all real. The things that another thing I need to work on. Our words have so much power for blessings or curses, and that's another thing I got to get better with. I used to be real good with my tongue, and now that I don't read as much, and I got caught up in the world. You know, I got caught up with what's going on around me. What I see things falling apart, I was pretty ticked off for a good long while. I was teetering like, hey, let's go. Let's go, man. I'm about done with this crap. Let's just freaking get this crap done. That's where I was at for a minute. And then, not a good place to be. But then it's like, Lord, man, it's not as bad now. He's working. I can't, I can't stop it. There's nothing I can do about it. He says, hey, don't fear not. These things have to take place, whatever. So now I'm just watching this setup take place. And that's scary for me at the same time. I got kids, got all this, scary to watch, but at the same time now I can see it. Now I'm seeing it more clear. Okay. It looks bad. Looks like I'm on Tiff's side, I guess, of this thing right now, where I'm just looking, I'm like, this don't look good, man. I don't like it. Doesn't look good. Looks like a bad plan, but it's his plan, so it's got to be, in the end, it's going to be right. Rhonda, God always has a plan. That's right. I know, definitely. He's got. I'm about to tear. You know how much I cry anymore since I've been with Jesus. Goodness, it's like that was a weird thing and funny. Just ask God where He wants me. Stephen. That's right. Amen. So God's starting to show me all these things, and man, I'm reading now. I'm understanding what I'm reading. Like things are starting to, you get the Holy Spirit things start. Before that book, might as well have been Chinese. I don't care. I could have read it every freaking day, not understood none of it. Now I'm getting understanding, and I'm digging. I'm reading. I'm learning. I'm learning. What He does to your heart, that's crazy. Changes you. So then I remember I'm trying to get into Christian music because everything I listened to before that was, I still like my country, but I'm trying to be real aware of words and what I'm taking in. So now I'm trying to listen to Christian music and get into that, which was new for me. And there was this one band called Third Day. And first time I heard a song, it's called Thief. Man, sorry guys. But yeah, like you said, that's how I know I got God, because look at it. Goodness. Anyway, snap out of it. Thank you, Lord. Anyway, so I'm listening to the Third Day, and there's a song called Thief, and it's being sang by from the perspective of the thief hanging beside Jesus. And it starts out, I'm a thief, I'm a murderer, I'm all these things. But then by the end of the song, or halfway through the song, he's looking over at Jesus and he's like, I believe. The other guy's over there, he's just hanging, dying. He's going. The soldiers, everybody's mocking everything. But here's this moment where this thief, he murder, all this, man. He's bad life. But he sees him. He's like, I believe. He's like, I'm gonna be with you. He's like, come on. And took him. So it's like, no matter what you do, you know, it's not enough. God loves you. Clear my eyes out. Goodness. Been a minute, but you guys are giving me all we talking about some emotional things here. Get my heart all softened up. I need it softer. It's actually a little harder than I'd like it to be anymore. I was softer than this even. I didn't just go around crying all the time. I hope you don't think that, but I was softer. Let's see. Amazing Bible is the living, breathing Word of God. Yes, it is. And when read and applied, man, crazy things start happening. There's no denying it. Milk, yeah, love some of your fear fanatics. Yeah. Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay, Milk. Yeah. Just heart was getting me for a minute. Spirit on my heart, whatever it is, got me all. The one song that always gets me. Oh yeah, I can only imagine. That's a good one. And the movie. Have you seen the movie? Yeah. Well, I want you guys to know me. And what you see is what you get. Not everybody likes this flavor, but if you do, I'm thankful. And yeah, what you see is what you get. You should. I need to make him more of my best friend. I've been trying to take the wheel for the last too long. I've been taking the wheel for too long. I shouldn't be driving. Let me tell you, I shouldn't be driving this car. I learned that lesson before him. Doug. Oh man, I'm in the most scariest place. I'm in my driveway. My driveway. Tonight was crap. I did call Doug. He was at work, but I was disappointed in the night. Like, man, I went all the way out here and Google's trying to off me and sending me to these crazy places. Yeah, I can only imagine. It was a good movie, yeah. That was a heck of a story and testimony. Milk driveway. I really wanted to do something cool for you guys tonight. I was excited about tonight. Douglas, you with all the boys? What's going on tonight in Seatown? Susie, you could be happy by Snow Patrol is one of my favorites. Snow Patrol. The dreaded driveway. Oh, and even that. So I'm like, okay, for you guys that didn't get to hear that yet. So after the big bust of a night, I'm all disappointed. I had some really cool spots picked out that none of them happened. And then I get here. I'm like, well, I can at least jump on with you guys and chat it up with you. I'll get a fire going in the driveway. And like it started spring, like the rain, the windows got all. So it wasn't like a rain, but it was missing where you could feel it. And then this wind picked up and I couldn't have a fire. I'm like, all right, truck it is. So it was like one thing after another. So I am glad that I did not go to the Crybaby Bridge because it crossed my mind because I was sort of decently close to it. But I would have probably been, yeah, Tiff would have been so mad. Can you come bail me out? Pick me up? Pizza and video games. All right. What kind of pizza? Where'd you get it? Michelle, yeah, the dreaded driveway. Randonautica creepy. Yeah, hey, Douglas, what do you think about have you ever seen any Randonautica videos? We should try that sometime, We might have to do it all day. Because even the boys that I used to watch it would do it. It doesn't hit all the time. You might have to play it for a while, but then eventually you get this something crazy a lot of times, it seems like. Yeah, okay, you was just saying that. How far back am I? Okay. We should do Randonautica. We should try that. That'd be crazy. That'd be cool if we found it something really scary. We'll have to do some really crazy intentions. Like money wouldn't be bad. We find a big fat duffel bag of money, but we'll do like really. Oh man, I'm getting nervous thinking about it. What if we come across one of our intentions? Okay. I think they want some randonautica. All right, Doug. That's a plan. We can do that. I've seen some creepy ones too. Okay, that sounds like a plan. Randonautica. Evil? You mean as an intention? Rhonda, I know someone that did. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, those one guys that found the body. That would be crazy. All right, well, let's find out. Let's find out if Randonautica is real or not. Man, that grabbed some views. I tried it, deleted, got scared. Really? You tried it? And where did it take you? What did it show you? And what was your intention, if you remember? Michelle, oh, it's real. You guys are getting me spooked. Man, we could come across some insane, Doug. What should we'll have to have you guys shoot us some intentions to use. We'll use your guys' intentions. That'll be good. Come up with some really good, scary ones for us. And then we'll have to do it. Don't get mugged. People are a scare for sure. Oh, that was cool. Randonauta? It took you to a car in the woods? That'd be pretty. They'd have nothing to mug. You need a hoodie? Just don't take my glasses. I gotta talk to the fam. Bigfoot. Randonautica, Bigfoot. I wonder if anybody's tried that. Like, what a way to find a cryptid. Rando them. That's interesting. We will have to try that for sure. Randoing out in, like, when we're around the mountains. Brushy Mountain State Prison. I think I've heard of that. Let me write it down again because I've forgotten about it. But I think I have wanted to do that. Like I said, I'll get so much stuff in my head I want to do, but and then I don't if I don't write it down. Brushy Mountains, yep. I haven't thought about that one for a while, but that was something I wanted to do. Now, is that something? Because I can't remember. Do you have to like line up a tour, or do you just go? Is it one of those for the Brushy Mountains? Oh, your husband was a correctional officer there. He's probably got some stories then. The Idea Channel. Line up a tour. Okay. Sloss Furnace in Alabama. I know I'll be in Alabama again. Next drive, I'll be going through Alabama for sure again because I was mad that I didn't get that prison the last time went through there. But I was too sick. I couldn't even move. I couldn't drive. I couldn't participate in anything, let alone film a prison video. Sloss Furnace. Okay, I got that. Alabama. What Brushy Mountain Prison? Milk. Brushy Mountain Prison. I know I've heard of that Brushy Mountain. There you go, LOL. Need to do a meet and greet. I thought about that. Maybe sometime. Me and Doug even talked about like doing a camp out with a bunch of you guys sometime. Probably be like more next summer than to it's starting to get cold now. I want to do some cold camping, but it's in Petros, Tennessee. Meet and greet somewhere. I'm about to go back to Post Town. A meet and greet at Post Town is what you're thinking? Oh, and then we could all. I wonder if he'd let us. I wonder how many people we. I don't know how many people he'd let us, but that'd be cool. And then we could do something in Post Town. We could walk around it. I'm not going to be calling out no more, but something for sure could happen. Is that what you're talking about, Doug? Meet and greet at Post Town. Meet and greet in Alabama. Rhonda said. I'll try to remember. I will for sure be coming through Alabama again because, like I said, I was upset with how things went the last time I drove through it. November Post Town. And no. Oh, not Post Town. Okay. I just read that like right after the meet and greet, so I thought that's the angle you was going with. Just because if a lot of people showed, I don't know if old boy let us all in there like that. Did I drink all my waters already? Would you already got that lined up for Post Town? I'm wanting us to go to. There's another place I'm wanting me and Doug to do. He wants to do it too. It'll be cool. It's like a whole abandoned. It almost looks like I don't know what you would call it. There's a ton of abandoned though, like a lot. It should be super scary. There's a haunted abandoned train near the prison. It's really cool at night. Shame your MRE flameless heater did not work last time. None of them have yet. None of them. I think it's just bad or very old. They could be super duper old, and that's because I got them from this like army surplus store. Just box of them sitting there, or they had them. You could buy them singles. I just bought a bunch of boxes. But I'm thinking, did you add? I tried the salt. I tried everything, like everything. I think it's really just shoddy friggin' heaters. But in a sense, I'm still happy to have them because you can still heat them up, throw them in some hot water or something, the bag. But as far as the apparatus they give you, and I know they're old because the treats, man, the one came with a Pop Tart. I could have broke a tooth on the Pop Tart. That sucker was so hard. Tootsie Rolls that yeah, the little snack things they try to give you are so hard and bad. I didn't even know Tootsie Rolls went bad. Actually, I wonder if it's even safe eating them MREs. I didn't get sick. I've eaten some of them, but I had to eat them up differently. 2011 and it still worked. Either you lucked out or I pretty much got scammed. Tootsie Roll rock candy. That's what it was like. Oh, we cut out. It just said you're back on live. I don't know how long I was out for. Tootsie Roll rock candy. That's funny. Some MREs and still here. Yeah. Yeah, I've tried those. I had to get one. As soon as I seen those things, I had to get one too. Oh, I didn't even leave? That's weird. Yeah, it showed an interruption, did a whole little thing and says you're live or something. Like I cut out. Steve eats MREs from different eras. Oh man, did you ever see that one dude? I don't know why my brain took me here. But he's like this littler dude, might be Russian or something, but they went to where that meltdown, that nuclear plant, what's that called? Oh, I can't think of the name right now. But he drank the water. He was like down in where that big plant melted down. It's like all radiated. It can't be lived in forever. And he was drinking the water. I wonder if he's still alive. He was doing YouTube videos out there. Chernobyl. Yes. Chernobyl. Yeah. Yeah, this dude, he'd be swimming in this water, drinking it, eating the foods for like eating stuff around there. It's crazy. I couldn't believe he was doing it. I get living on the edge, but that almost seemed like insanity to me. I know some of you guys had to see that video of that dude. Civil War hardtack. I've looked into that. I always thought that was pretty neat. Interesting for how long it could last. Yeah. It'd be a good way to preserve it last. Get your calories. Anyway, oh man, we've been on for 2 hours, guys. I'm gonna have to get in there and eat. I did get also when I was out driving for us, I didn't eat all day. I'll go all day without eating. I'll just be going, not even think about it. And so now I'm driving to our first location and it hit me. And I planned on truck camping. And it hit me like, man, I haven't eaten nothing all day. And I didn't bring no food with me. I brought a ton of water, but no food. So I stopped and got 2 of these bars. I had one today. I was gonna save that for later. I thought I'd be truck camping with you guys, but so I had that for late. That's all I would have had for all day today is that those 2 bars. But now I'm gonna be able to go inside and eat a meal. So yeah, I'm about to go do that. But glad I got to hang out with you guys. It's a little different than what I had planned originally. But hey, we still got to hang out and chat it up, and it was good. You guys got to see me cry like a little schoolgirl. See you later. Gotta get up and hike. Oh, have a good hike. Eat. I do that without realizing. Go enjoy a meal. I know sometimes, and some I won't even get hungry. It'll be like my belly. I'll get this sick feeling, like you just got to fill that pit feeling. It's like, oh man, I need to eat. Anyway, guys, I love you guys, and until next time, yeah, peace. Love you.